One-click training system instantly millions. Chapter 1, One-click training system. Ahem. Ouch. In a bedroom, Su Lang lying on the bed suddenly bowed and coughed out a large mouthful of blood. Ah, it hurts. Where is this? After assassinating the target, didn't I jump off the building? Didn't I fall to death? Su Lang opened his eyes painfully and blankly, and immediately countless memory fragments appeared, and there was a sharp pain in his head. Red Maple City Stronghold. The owner of this body is also called Su Lang. Here is also Blue Star. But, the barrier? Martial artist? Fierce beast? Looking at the memory in his mind, Su Lang gradually widened his eyes, and a stormy sea rose in his heart. After a while, Su Lang understood his situation. He passed. Here is also the Blue Star, but it is the Blue Star 2000 years later. Everything is very different. 2000 years ago, the spiritual energy was revived, the natural disasters came to the world, and the lives were destroyed. In desperation, human beings have embarked on the way of warriors through ancient Chinese books and developed a brilliant warrior civilization. However, thousands of years ago, cracks in time and space emerged, and endless beasts invaded Blue Star. Human beings are retreating steadily, building towering barriers, forming bases, and continue to resist the invasion of beasts. The place where Su Lang was at this time was called the Red Maple City Stronghold, a weak human base. And Su Lang's predecessor was born pretty well, a family of 3, and his parents are both formal warriors. The level of martial artist is divided into realms such as body tempering, martial artist, martial master, military commander, and martial king. The official warrior is already a figure with a face, with some small privileges, and is respected by most people. It stands to reason that Su Lang's predecessor had a pair of martial artist parents, so he has a bright future. However, what is desperate is that his physique is a muddy body that cannot practice martial arts, and he is unparalleled in the world. His parents spent all his wealth, even borrowing from the West, trying to make him a martial artist, but in the end they couldn't even enter the body. But this is not the worst. The worst is that not long ago, the parents of the predecessor were hunting outside the city and died. Without the protection of his parents, Su Lang's predecessor instantly became lonely and unaccompanied. In a short period of time, he deeply realized the meaning of the phrase life has been suffering since ancient times, and the world's cold and warm are self-knowledge. But just yesterday, his predecessor was severely injured by 2 bullies, died, and ended a sad life. Lie noisy, I'm so miserable. Su Lang sucked in a cold breath and was dumbfounded. Then how many meanings do I have when I crossed over? How about being thrown to death? If you can't become a warrior, you will be the bottom of the bottom for the rest of your life. He is bullied and humiliated every day, and he doesn't even have a chance to take revenge. It's better to die. Boom boom boom. Little waist, open the door to Lao Tzu. A violent knock on the door was accompanied by an unscrupulous clamor. Hearing the rampant shouts outside, Su Lang took a breath, and a lot of pictures suddenly appeared in his mind. Being condescendingly abused waste, garbage, and even abused parents who have just passed away. Being randomly piled up in front of the door with garbage, urinating and defecate, making the door stinking. Blocked in the stairwell for blackmail, if you don't give it, you just pull your hair and slap. All these kinds of insults come from one person, that is, Chu Gang, who lives alone on the opposite side. When his parents were there, Chu Gang called Su Langsu master. When his parents had no news, Chu Gang called Su Lang the stinky kid. When his parents confirmed their death, Chu Gang called Su Lang a small waist. As time went on, Chu Gang began to insult Su Lang, and became more and more serious. No, I'm here again. Malgobis, the predecessor is too awkward, right? I have been bullied to this point, and I don't want to do it with a knife. Su Lang gritted his teeth with hatred, his veins exposed. He is a person who does not hold grudges, because once he has a grudge, he will avenge it immediately. It is absolutely impossible to endure as humiliating as the predecessor. Where's the knife? Where's my knife? Fight with him. Su Lang found a black tang knife on the wall, and when he held it with his hand, he was about to get out of bed and grab the knife. But at this moment, a sharp pain suddenly hit his whole body, causing his strength to be instantly taken away. Lying down, it hurts. I hurt, the bully of the whole family. Su Lang's face was pale and he was holding his chest, his eyes were blood red, and he was angry. Boom boom boom. The knock on the door turned into a kick. If it weren't for the stronger wood in the Reiki era, this door would have been broken by Chu Gang. The door won't last long, what should I do? Su Lang clenched his fists angrily, sit and wait to die. No. Suddenly, a voice rang out of thin air in his mind. Ding! The one-key training system has been bound and is being activated. 1%, 12%, 56%. One-click training system instantly millions. Chapter 2, the first function is activated. What? System. Su Lang's eyes widened fiercely, and he, who was familiar with various types of novels, wouldn't he know the existence of the system against the sky? Anyone who gets the system takes off all the way, stands on the pinnacle of life, has countless beautiful women, and leads a life of sexual happiness and happiness. This is too timely, what am I afraid of with the system? Su Lang opened his mouth wide in horror. If his injury hadn't allowed him, he would have laughed loudly. 99%, 100%, the system is activated. Ha! Activated. The prompt in his mind was so beautiful, Su Lang trembled with excitement. System. Tell me how you use it. Host, unfortunately, the system does not currently have any functions. The system's response made Su Lang smile instantly stiff, and the corners of his mouth twitched unconsciously. No function. Su Lang stared at the trembling door, then how can I turn around? What could be more desperate than giving people hope, and then shattering his hope? By the way, the system replied with the word current. That is to say. Su Lang's expression moved, and hope immediately rekindled in his heart. How can the system have functions? He is very worried at this time. If the requirements for obtaining functions are too harsh, then he is done. Host, only spend 10 gold coins to activate the first function. It can be activated with money. Great. Su Lang showed ecstasy and immediately endured the pain, stretched out his hand and took out a bag from under the pillow. The predecessor parents knew that they were hunting fierce beasts every day, and the bad luck was unpredictable, so they kept the money. Pour out all the coins inside, a total of 16 gold coins, which is not a small amount of money for ordinary people. Chu Gang, are you waiting for me? Su Lang grinned and let out a deep and excited laugh. System, activate the first function. Ding! Consume 10 gold coins, the sea of cultivation is opened, and the one-key cultivation function is activated. Ding! The main practice, Infinite Heart Sutra, is detected, and the one-key practice function is activated. Ding! Congratulations on activating the first function. You get the bonus function, Property Panel, to observe the detailed properties of yourself and the enemy. In an instant, a mysterious black space appeared in Su Lang's mind. Inside, there was a white villain with a similar profile and appearance as Su Lang sitting cross-legged and practicing. There is a large amount of golden air flow in the white little human body that continuously circulates the sky in accordance with the Boundless Heart Sutra, at an extremely fast speed. As soon as Zhou Tian turned around, Su Lang felt that a large amount of spiritual energy was rushing into his body. In addition, there are also the medicinal properties that have deposited in the body after taking rare medicinal materials before, and they also burst out crazy, quickly advancing his cultivation base. In an instant, half of the white villain turned golden. At this time, a large amount of more detailed information appeared in his mind, so that Su Lang immediately understood all the characteristics of the one-key practice function. After the one-key practice was activated, Su Lang began to practice automatically for 24 hours. When the white villain turned golden, it was the time of breakthrough. And his cultivation speed is equivalent to the top flawless aptitude, can run a week every 1 minute. This kind of abnormal cultivation speed is more than 1,000 times faster than Fanpin's qualification. If there is no external force, Fanpin qualification takes more than 30 years to complete the body quenching, while the flawless qualification can be completed in just 10 days. And the abnormality of the one-key practice function is not only that. Because, the rest of the warriors spend only 5 or 6 hours in meditation a day. Even if you work harder, you can only practice for 12 hours a day at most. No matter how much it is, you won't be able to persist for a long time. Because they also need to practice moves, go out to experience, cultivate and learn, deal with chores, exercise at night. These will take up a lot of time and energy. But Su Lang was able to cultivate automatically 24 hours a day, and his cultivation time was doubled. In other words, I can finish body tempering in 5 days at most, so abnormal. Su Lang was stunned at once. He knew that the system was very abnormal, but the simple and crudely abnormal function of one-key training was still too shocking. And this is the first function, there are more functions waiting for me to activate. Su Lang was so excited that he trembled, took a deep breath, and suppressed the impulse to laugh. At this time. Host, the sea of cultivation is full, is it a breakthrough? The extraordinarily beautiful system prompt sound shocked Su Lang with excitement. One-click training system instantly millions Chapter 3, didn't you want to kill me? This can be a breakthrough. Too special, too fast. Su Lang was overjoyed and immediately ordered, system, give me a breakthrough. In an instant, Su Lang's body was hot, and there was a flash of light in his eyes. The elementary body tempering realm is here. Su Lang turned over and got out of bed, feeling that his body was completely different from the one before the breakthrough. Taking his appearance as an example, the previous Su Lang was seriously injured and weak, his face pale as a dead man. But now he is healed from his injuries, his complexion is ruddy and his figure is tall and straight, his eyes are like lacquer, his eyes are burning. All of a sudden, he turned from a half-dead sick child into a handsome guy. Ha! Su Lang couldn't help but waved a few punches, and the wind was blowing. This kind of power is already stronger than the body that I exercised in all sorts of ways in my previous life. This has just entered the body tempering. The feeling of mastering power is exceptionally beautiful, as if controlling one's own destiny, making people feel confident in an instant. Boom boom boom. Trash Su Lang, I will kill you if I don't open the door again. The kicking sound became more and more intense, and Chu Gang's anger became more unbearable. Kill me. Jia 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 jia. Su Lang looked at the roaring and dusty door with a thick sneer on his face. Although Chu Gang is domineering, he is just an ordinary person, not even a primary body tempering. And Su Lang was a killer in his previous life, and now he has been promoted to temper his body. Are you afraid of an ordinary person? Boom boom boom. Dog bastard, won't you open the door? Chu Gang's fierce voice came from outside, and the door was also kicked and deformed, as if it would shatter in the next moment. Don't kick. Su Lang closed the window tightly, yelled, and then opened the door with a sneer on his face. Standing outside the door was a thin and dark man with a bald head. This person is Chu Gang. Draft Ma, it took so long to open the door. Chu Gang opened the door impatiently and squeezed in from the crack of the door. What did you shout at? Ah. Su Lang smiled coldly, raised his hand and slapped Chu Gang's fleshy face. Snapped. Loud slaps echoed in the stairwell. Chu Gang was slapped by Su Lang for a half circle, staggering and supporting the wall, his entire right face was already numb. You, why dare you hit me? Chu Gang clutched his hot face and looked at Su Lang in disbelief. Because the body quencher was still unable to radiate spiritual energy fluctuations, Chu Gang thought that Su Lang at this time was still the same waste. In his opinion, Su Lang really had the courage of the bear heart and leopard. And the reason why he himself was hit was completely careless and was attacked. I want you to die. Chu Gang rushed to the crown with an anger, and fisted Su Lang with a fist. This punch used Chu Gang's 12 cents of strength to take the key to Su Lang's temple. If ordinary people get such a punch, they will definitely not die or be seriously injured. Boom! There was a dull sound, and Su Lang easily grabbed Chu Gang's fist. How is this possible? Just after Chu showed an incredible look, Su Lang slammed down. Click! The bone stubble suddenly pierced the flesh and exposed to the air. Ah! The arm was broken into 2 sections alive. Chu Gang could not bear the severe pain, and suddenly let out a scream. "Aren't you going to kill me?" Su Lang threw away Chu Gang's broken arm and slapped it again with a slap in the face. Snapped. This time it was his left face. Chu Gang was directly knocked to the ground, his face swelled and his bald head became a pig's head. "Ah! My hand!" Chu Gang's face was twisted, and he kept wailing while clutching his broken arm. The previous arrogance was long gone. "This is just one hand, so you can't stand it." Su Lang closed the door and looked down at Chu Gang condescendingly. "How can you survive the pain of broken limbs?" Su Lang. "Stop, stop." Chu Gang was shocked when he heard that Su Lang was about to break his limbs. "Stop it." "Ha!" Su Lang hooked his mouth and stepped on Chu Gang's head. "I don't want to think about how you insulted me before. I admit that I was wrong, but you don't want to die, just let me go." Chu shook his head fiercely. "I tell you, I have joined the Broken Axe hunting group. All members of the Broken Axe hunting group have a tattoo on their earlobes. Look at my earlobes. I tell you, if you dare to move me, your end will be terrible then." One-click training system instantly millions. Chapter 4, It's good to have all limbs broken. Chu Gang didn't know why Su Lang suddenly became stronger. But he knew that Su Lang was a muddy body and it was absolutely impossible for him to follow the martial arts. If you don't enter the way of a warrior, you will always be an ordinary person. No matter how strong it is, you can't fight with the hunting group of the Broken Axe that has the warrior. Therefore, he had no fear and was certain that Su Lang would be frightened. Broken Axe hunting group. Su Lang's eyes were cold, his toes twisted fiercely, and Chu Gang immediately screamed, his cheeks twisted. The Broken Axe hunting group is a notorious gang nearby that does everything for and looting. Su Lang clearly remembered that the 2 bullies who had beaten him badly had tattoos on their earlobes. Okay, Broken Axe hunting group. The hatred of humiliation and murder, the 2 hatreds added together, and the hatred in Su Lang's heart was surging, and he used his feet again. "Ah! Su Lang, didn't you hear? Let me go." Seeing Su Lang's changes intensified, Chu Gang suddenly felt a little guilty. "Quickly let go of me, we will settle our grievances." "It's not that simple to clear up grievances." Su Lang sneered, with murderous intent in his eyes, "Counting the care of you by my parents in the past, and your insults to me afterwards, you have to spend your life to clear up this grudge." "No. Su Lang, I was wrong." After all, Chu Gang was and fearful of hard trash. Seeing Su Lang's intention to kill, he suddenly felt horrified and bowed his head begging for mercy. "Humph." Su Lang suddenly stretched out his hand and grabbed it, and fetched a black tang knife from the side wall. "Don't kill me, I know I was wrong, I apologize." When Chu Gang saw Su Lang move the knife, he was instantly terrified. "You know that you can't kill people in the city. This is the Iron Law. You will die if you kill me. The Iron Law is for the weak to obey. This is a consensus." Su Lang smiled coldly and slowly pulled out the sharp blade. "Xiao Xiao, please go around me. I don't want to die." The panic in Chu Gang's heart gradually turned into despair, and tears and nose flowed down instantly. "It's not impossible to spare your life." Su Lang put a cold blade on Chu Gang's neck and cut out a trace of blood. "Tell everything about the Broken Axe hunting group, background, location, number of members, and strength." I said. "Don't do it." With a long knife at the point, Chu Gang was cold and his hair was about to stand up. "I just joined the Broken Axe hunting group. I don't know the background of the gang. I only know that the gang leader is an official martial artist, and the 2 deputy gang leaders are quasi-martialists, very strong. The rest of the members range from the elementary body tempering to the peak tempering body, and there are a large number of ordinary people like me. The nest of the Broken Axe hunting group is in the Golden Fruit building. I have only entered the outer Golden Fruit bar. I don't know the core location. I also know that there is a hunting base of the Broken Axe hunting group outside the city, in the F-class Wind Wolf area. That's it, I said everything, don't kill me." Chu Gang finished speaking in one breath, shaking all over with fright, tears flowing. There are 2 members of the Broken Axe hunting group. Su Lang explained the appearance characteristics of the 2 bullies and asked, "Do you know?" "Yes, I know." Chu Gang nodded in horror. "One is Do Zhong, and the other is Kai Feng. They are both in the tempering stage and have been in strongholds outside the city for a long time. They came back yesterday, and I happened to have a drink with them all night at the Golden Fruit Bar. But I don't know why, they left early this morning and brought a wave of people away. I was low level and couldn't participate, so I came back." "Well." Su Lang nodded, and with a sigh, Tang Dao was sheathed. Chu Gang heaved a sigh of relief when he saw this. His whole body was sweaty, like a stray dog just picked up from the water. But at this moment, Su Lang smiled and moved the foot on Chu Gang's head to his other intact arm. "Su Lang. What are you going to do?" Chu Gang's pupils shrank suddenly and his voice was terrified. "No. Don't." Su Lang turned a deaf ear to Chu Gang's begging for mercy and smashed it down. Crack. Ha! Chu Gang let out a scream like a pig, tears and nose running down his face. "It's not over yet." Su Lang smiled faintly, and moved his foot to Chu Gang's thigh again. "Yes, all limbs will be broken. Please, Master Su. Don't." "What?" One-click training system instantly millions. Chapter 5, System functions can be upgraded. Soon after a few screams of crying wolf howling, Chu Gangui passed out into a coma with abrupt pain. Fortunately, Su Lang closed the doors and windows earlier. The good sound insulation materials of the Aura era prevented Chu Gang's screams from spreading, otherwise it would have caused trouble. What a relief! Seeing Chu Gang with broken limbs, Su Lang smiled smoothly and immediately pulled a chair to sit down. He didn't forget that after activating the first function, he also included the ability, Properties panel. This function is great. The corner of Su Lang's mouth ticked. With this function, you can know yourself and your opponents. The system, open the Properties panel. Name, Su Lang. Race, human. Qualification level, turbidity. Realm level, primary body quenching. Attack level, primary body quenching. Defensive level, primary body tempering. Shenfa level, primary body tempering. Endurance level, primary body quenching. Master the exercises, Infinite Heart Sutra. Activated system function, 1 key practice function, level 1. Qualification is still muddy, but it is not important, I can practice without the qualification. Su Lang looked at the panel and moved his gaze to the column of mastering the exercises. The Infinite Heart Sutra. After a while, Su Lang found information about this exercise from his predecessor's memory. It turned out that this turned out to be the most advanced major practice on Blue Star. It stands to reason that according to the unspoken rule that high-level exercises will be blocked by a monopoly, it is impossible for Su Lang to know this exercise. Under normal circumstances. Unless they are close relatives or direct disciples, the strong will probably not pass on their practice until they die. Once the enemy's weaknesses are penetrated by his own technique, it is very dangerous. Secondly, people are selfish, and they certainly don't want their good stuff to be spread everywhere. If one's own practice is given to a higher qualified person, wouldn't it be surpassed soon? Was stepped on from the top soon? At that time, any status, wealth and beauty will be lost. Therefore, the strong monopoly of high-level exercises is very serious, and even the spread of low-level exercises has been severely restricted. But the reality is that not only Su Lang, but everyone in the world knows the Boundless Heart Sutra, even children know it. Thousands of years ago, a human hero took the world's worst and published this strongest major exercise method to the public, which will benefit the world's humankind endlessly. Since then, other major exercises have gradually been eliminated, and everyone has begun to practice the Infinite Heart Sutra. Unfortunately, this is just one example of the disclosure of advanced techniques. Su Lang was a little regretful, and then continued to look down along the attribute panel. Suddenly his eyes lit up. Level 1. Can one-click training be upgraded? Host, the 1-key practice function can be upgraded. Level 2 requires 100 gold coins, and the cultivation speed is twice the basic speed. Level 3 requires 1000 gold coins, and the cultivation speed is 4 times the base speed. Level 4 requires 10,000 gold coins, and the cultivation speed is 8 times the base speed. Level 5 requires 100,000 gold coins. I fork. In this way, if you keep upgrading, wouldn't your cultivation speed reach dozens, hundreds, or thousands of times the basic speed? I have practiced for 1 year, which is equivalent to other people's cultivation for decades, hundreds, or thousands of years. Lying noisy, developed and developed. Su Lang was so ecstatic that he stood up from his chair with excitement. He really wants to upgrade the function to advanced level now, so that he can break through quickly. When the time comes, destroy the Broken Axe hunting group, and it will be easy to avenge yourself. But soon Su Lang found that he had no money to upgrade the function. He now only had 6 gold coins left. The distance to level 2 is still 94 gold coins. Money, money, money. I need money. Su Lang paced around in the room. I have no money, what should I do? Suddenly, Su Lang's gaze fell on Chu Gang. Although this guy must be very poor, no matter how small a mosquito is, it is meat. With this idea in mind, Su Lang dragged Chu Gang to the opposite house, and then ransacked him and his home. 1 silver coin and 62 copper coins. Mad poor ghost. Seeing the change in his hand, Su Lang slammed into the door of Chu Gang's house. One-click training system instantly millions. Chapter 6, Benefits of the Warrior League. Back at his home, Su Lang began to worry again. It is impossible to earn 94 gold coins to work. It is impossible to work in a lifetime. I can only think of other ways like this. After a moment of contemplation, Su Lang's inspiration flashed, and he thought of 2 ways. The first one is to sell the house. Although Su Lang's house was ordinary, it was worth 20 or 30 gold coins. Although you will be homeless after you sell the house, as long as the system is upgraded, is it not a matter of minutes to become a more advanced warrior? When the time comes to buy a house, it is not a large villa covering a few acres without even looking at it. The second method is to go to the Martial Arts Alliance Hall to receive the primary body tempering allowance. The Warrior Alliance was established by the warriors thousands of years ago to resist the invasion of beasts. Today, it has become an official organization, covering all bases, large and small, with super powerful dominance. In order to stimulate people to continue to practice and become stronger, resist the fierce beasts and protect their homes, the Martial Arts Alliance has launched generous benefits for the warriors. Every ordinary person who is promoted to the primary body tempering can go to the Martial Arts Alliance to receive 10 gold coins as a training capital. And every time you break through a small realm, you can go to the Warrior League to receive an allowance, and the higher the realm, the more generous the reward. For example, if you break through from the primary body tempering to the intermediate tempering body, you can get 20 gold coins. In addition, the warrior can receive some allowances every month. Of course, it cannot be compared with the amount received by breaking through the realm. This benefit is really great. Su Lang was very excited. Go to sell the house first, then get the allowance, and then go to the F-class Wind Wolf area to see the cluttered strongholds of the Broken Axe hunting group. Just do it. Su Lang immediately began to pack up and salute. Because the home was simple and humble, there was nothing to bring, so Su Lang soon carried a backpack and went out with Tang Dao. After leaving the community, Su Lang found a shop nearby to buy second-hand houses and sold the house for 25 gold coins. Because the shop is very familiar with the community where Su Lang is located, even the process of home inspection is omitted, which is much more convenient. Holding 31 gold coins, Su Lang got on the Aura bus and rushed to the Wuxia League building. After the disaster, the science and technology tree collapsed, and most of the science and technology products were useless. Traditional cars were one of them. Neither gasoline cars nor electric cars can be used. However, 2,000 years are enough time for mankind to develop a new means of transportation: Aura cars. It's just that Aura cars are extremely expensive, and the cost of operation and maintenance is also very high. It is difficult for even an official fighter to own a private Aura car. As for catching beasts as mounts, that is impossible. Countless people have tried for thousands of years, but no one succeeded. The Reiki bus kept moving forward, while Su Lang sat in his seat and stared at the white little man in the one-key practice space. At the first taste of the sweetness of a breakthrough, Su Lang couldn't bear to leave the white villain for a moment. Looking at the golden air flow that keeps running, and feeling the aura that keeps pouring into the body, it's not too cool. Half an hour later, the Lingqi bus arrived at the Wuxia League building. This is the Martial Arts Alliance building. It really looks impressive. Su Lang got out of the car. He was very knowledgeable and shocked by the buildings in front of him. This building is like a black crystal cast, very tall, and more than several times taller than the Dubai Tower in the impression. Its area is also extremely wide, just like a giant mountain. The Warrior Alliance building is the base of the Warrior Alliance. There are not only various offices, but also various shops, training rooms, exercise rooms, and so on. What Su Lang was going to was an office dedicated to receiving allowances. This office is on the ground floor of the building, also known as the Hall of the Warrior Alliance, with a very large area and magnificent splendor. There are no less than 100 people coming and going in the hall, just the reception window. These reception windows are divided into levels, and the warriors of the corresponding realm look for the corresponding windows to do things. Higher-level warriors have the privilege to use lower-level windows first. Privileges are everywhere in this era where martial arts are respected and power is attributed to individuals. The body temperer window, here. Su Lang looked around and walked to the left. Body tempering is the lowest level of warriors, and there are many people who come to receive allowances, and there is a long line in front of each window. One-click training system instantly millions. Chapter 7, Outright Garbage. Su Lang joined a team and waited. There are too many people, and from time to time there are official warriors who take advantage of the privileges to jump in the queue with juniors, and the speed of the team's advancement is even slower. Su Lang waited for 3 full hours before it was his turn. Hello there. Su Lang handed the ID card to the woman with heavy makeup behind the window. What level of allowance? The woman with heavy makeup asked in a numb tone. Primary body quenching. Su Lang responded with a smile, and then touched the spar next to the window, and the spar lit up with a white light spot. This kind of spar can accurately determine the strength of the martial artist, and the body tempering realm is displayed with white light spots, and the level is determined by the number. Huh. It's really a primary body tempering. The woman with heavy makeup let out a surprise, and a trace of contempt flashed in her eyes looking at Su Lang. Cough, please hurry up. Su Lang caught the trace of looking down, and his face suddenly became cold and a little uncomfortable. Su Lang. You are only a junior at the age of 20. Are you a mortal qualification or a waste qualification? While talking, the woman with heavy makeup took 10 gold coins and placed them under the window. She did not hide her voice, and everyone around him heard them. It's only a primary body tempering at such a big age. It should be a waste product. This kind of qualification also comes to receive allowances. It's a waste of resources. Isn't it? Don't even want to break into the realm of warriors in this life, the advanced tempering body will stand up to the sky. Yes, even if you receive a few more years of allowance, you won't necessarily break through to the intermediate tempering. Suddenly, someone ridiculed. Ah! Su Lang sneered, you guys are no longer young, aren't you also body tempering? Can it be the same? An equally young man with braids pulled his collar and yelled, I am a martial artist, can you compare to a waste product? Wow, such a young man is a quasi-warrior, stronger than the peak of body tempering, genius. Yeah, this is a military reserve, it's incredible. Handsome guy, what's your name, do you lack errands? The surrounding body temperers suddenly exclaimed and looked at the braided man enviously. Do you see it? The braided man raised his chin and looked at Su Lang contemptuously, this is the state where you have to work hard for a lifetime. Su Lang glanced, and the attributes panel of the braided man suddenly appeared. Name, Yangshi. Race, human. Qualification level, medium. Realm level, quasi-warrior. Attack level, quasi-warrior. Defensive level, quasi-warrior. Shenfa level, quasi-warrior. Endurance level, quasi-warrior. Master the exercises, Infinite Heart Sutra. Medium. Rubbish. Su Lang rolled his eyes. The cultivation speed of the medium grade qualification and his flawless level is 300 to 400 times different. Compared with him, it is really rubbish. Hey, talk back. Yang Shi stepped forward and patted Su Lang on the shoulder, laughing, yes, you are a genius, a natural waste material. Ha ha. Su Lang sneered, since you say that I am a waste material, we might as well make a bet. Bet? I like it. Yang Shi patted his hands, what are you betting on? I will accompany you. Su Lang said indifferently, just bet how long it will take me to break through from the primary level body tempering to the intermediate level body tempering, bet 50 gold coins. Okay, I bet. Yang Shi sneered, I bet you can break through from the primary body tempering to the intermediate tempering in 10 years. If you do, come to the city North Puyuan Villa area to find me Yang Shi, I will give you 50 gold coins. If you can't do it, I don't make it difficult for you. I take it off and run 3 laps around the Martial Arts Alliance building. While running, I yell, I'm a genius so that everyone knows you, okay? Okay, that's a good idea. I'm naked and shouting I am a genius. This is very exciting, a good idea. Yes, I can't help but want to laugh when I think of that scene. The people around watching the excitement hummed. None of them believed that Su Lang could break through to the intermediate tempering body within 10 years. Everyone started cultivating as soon as they were sensible, and Su Lang was in his 20s, and he had practiced for more than 10 years before he began to temper his body. How could he spend less time to break through the more difficult realm? One-click training system instantly millions. Chapter 8, keep your eyes open. How? Dare to bet? Yang Shi smiled contemptuously. He also had the same idea, so he proposed this bet. Why not dare? Su Lang laughed, however, the bet has to be changed. If you lose, not only do you have to give me 50 gold coins, but you also have to run 3 laps around the Martial Arts Alliance building, while running and shouting, I am a genius, how about? Okay, that's it. Yang Shi's face is full of victory, and after speaking, he will return to the team. Hold on. Su Lang smiled and waved. What? Repented? Yang Shi sneered, it's too late to regret now, Su Lang genius. No. Su Lang smiled faintly, I think the verbal agreement is not formal enough, and it is safer to sign in black and white. What? Yang Shi was stunned with a smile, and immediately looked around, signature and bet. Does he really think he will win? Yeah. It's too ridiculous, you still sign it? When I met this Su Lang, I have a long experience. He is a waste product, dare to bet with a quasi-martial artist, and now he has to sign and bet, it is simply the world. Oh, what are you laughing at, people are so serious, they will definitely win. More and more people were onlookers. Everyone's faces are either unbelievable or sneered. No one thinks that Su Lang can win. Well, since you are so serious, I promised you compassionately. Yang Shi smiled and spread his hands, came to the window, and said to the woman with heavy makeup, Beauty, borrow a pen and paper. Okay, no problem. The attitude of women with heavy makeup towards Yang Shi is different, that is called flattery. She took out a pen and paper to Yang Shi, and pretended to use the back of her hand to rub Yang Shi's fingers inadvertently. Haha. Yang Shi laughed and took the pen and paper to write down the game. After signing the name, he handed it to Su Lang, it's your turn, our genius. The people around them burst into laughter again when they heard this sentence. Ah. Su Lang smiled non-committally, and took the paper and pen to sign the name. That's how this bet is done. Yang Shi didn't even read Su Lang's name, I'm waiting for you to fulfill the punishment, huh? For the same, I will pay you back. Su Lang smiled faintly, I am also waiting for you to fulfill the punishment, and it is now. What? Yang Shi and the onlookers were taken aback when they heard this, and they all sneered. At this time. System, give me a breakthrough. Su Lang's thoughts moved, and a wave of fluctuations peculiar to his breakthrough instantly spread from his body. Because the medicinal properties deposited in Su Lang's body have not yet been absorbed, his cultivation speed at this time is still faster than a genius with no flaws. And it has been 3 or 4 hours from the breakthrough to the primary body tempering, and the white villain has already turned golden. If it weren't for a few words with Yang Shi, Su Lang had broken through before. Huh? How does it feel? It seems that the waste material broke through to the intermediate tempering body. No, what are you kidding? Su Lang's breakthrough phenomenon is obvious. The onlookers know it well, but they just don't want to believe it because it's incredible. What the hell? Yang Shi also stared at Su Lang in disbelief. Hey, I am willing to bet. Su Lang smiled and waved the agreement, please take the 50 gold coin bet, and then take it off and run 3 laps around the Martial Arts Alliance building, while running and shouting I am a genius, let everyone know you. No, it's impossible. How could you break through the intermediate tempering body so quickly? Yang Shi's face was green and white, and he said in a lithe manner, you must have cheated. What method did you use to simulate the fluctuations during the breakthrough? Cheating. Keep your dog eyes open. Su Lang sneered and put his hand on a spar by the window. 2 white light spots suddenly lit up on the spar. One-click training system instantly millions. Chapter 9, upgrade funds in hand. 2 light spots, really an intermediate tempering body. This Su Lang is clumsy, he can break through to the intermediate tempering body long ago. Fuck, then why did he come to receive the primary body tempering allowance at this time? Who didn't break through the primary body tempering and came to receive the allowance happily, how can he bear it? Fake it. But the volatility that he radiated before was indeed a breakthrough volatility. I have seen this volatility a lot, so I can't mistake it. That is to say, he really just broke through to intermediate body tempering. Yang Shi is planted. Yes, Yang Shi was really unlucky enough to encounter such a thing. But if Yang Shi didn't taunt others, there would be nothing wrong. Haha, that said. Everyone talked in disbelief, all eyes fell on Yang Shi. Reserve martial artist, are you going to break your promise and get fat? Su Lang smiled coldly at Yang Shi, please give me the bet of 50 gold coins, and then fulfill the second bet. Grass. What if you break through the intermediate tempering body? I didn't break through to the intermediate body tempering at the age of 20, that is, a common grade. In front of me, Yang Shi, you Su Lang is still a trash, No need to look for it. With heartache and shame, Yang Shi took out a spiritual stone from his pocket and slammed it on Su Lang's chest, then left without looking back. As for taking off and running 3 laps around the Martial Arts Alliance building, and yelling, I'm a genius while running, he has no face to do it and dare not do it. Otherwise, not only his own reputation will be ruined, but the entire Yang family will be laughed at. At that time, his Yang Shi's end was terrible. Therefore, he would rather pay Su Lang a low-grade spirit stone worth 100 gold coins than fulfill the second gambling agreement. For the sake of this spiritual stone, let me spare you for the time being and don't let me run into you again. Su Lang looked at the leaving figure of Yang Shi and sneered dismissively. Immediately afterwards, Su Lang turned to look at the woman with heavy makeup in the work window. Hey, old witch, give me the allowance and ID card for the intermediate body tempering. This time the incident was caused by this woman with heavy makeup. Although Su Lang earned 100 gold coins, she was still very upset. Humph. The woman with heavy makeup threw out 20 gold coins and Su Lang's identity card angrily, it's just a mortal qualification. If you provoke young Master Yang, you're dead, get out of the way and don't stand in the back. TSK Tusk, this attitude of handling things will sooner or later die. Su Lang sneered, packed up the spirit stones, gold coins and identity cards, and quickly left the hall of the Warrior Alliance. It seems that Yang Shi has some identity. Walking on the road, Su Lang turned the spirit stone in his hand. Lingshi is a kind of peculiar energy spar, it is a treasure of heaven and earth produced after the aura is revived, and an important resource for martial artists to practice. In addition, the spirit stone can be cut and ground at will, and later cut into standard size as high-end currency. Under normal circumstances, the spirit stones are circulated among the warriors and the powerhouses of higher realms. Linkshire is also divided into quality grades, which are low grade, medium grade, and top grade. The lower grade spirit stone is worth 100 gold coins, and the exchange ratio between each of the upper grades is 100 times. This spirit stone in Su Lang's hand is a low-grade spirit stone. When I exchange this half of the spirit stone into gold coins, I will have 161 gold coins, which is enough to upgrade the one-key training function to level 2, ahaha. When he thought that his cultivation speed would be twice as fast as a genius with no lack of aptitude, Su Lang was so excited that he wanted to roar to the sky. Suddenly. Host, the system can provide free currency storage, exchange, and withdrawal functions. What? Su Lang showed surprise instantly. In this way, he saves a lot of trouble and saves a lot of handling fees. The system immediately exchanged this spiritual stone into gold coins. Su Lang thought, and the spirit stone in his hand disappeared. There is an extra money symbol in the upper left corner of the mysterious black space, marked with 100 at the back. Ding! The exchange is successful. May I deposit the remaining gold coins in the system? Deposit. Su Lang nodded. The gold coin on his body immediately disappeared, and the number behind the money symbol became 161. One-click training system instantly millions. Chapter 10, Level 2 One-key practice function. It's already 161 gold coins. Su Lang licked his lips excitedly. System, upgrade me the one-key practice function. Ding! Consume 100 gold coins. The one-key training function is upgraded to level 2, and the training speed is increased to twice the basic speed. On the white villain in the mysterious black space, the speed of the golden air flow instantly doubled. This turbulent aura, so fast. Feeling the aura continuously pouring into his body, Su Lang couldn't help opening his arms, his face full of intoxication. After the cultivation speed was doubled, the time originally expected in less than 5 days was immediately shortened by half. In just over 2 days, Su Lang can complete the goal that most people need to struggle for decades to be promoted to an official warrior. It feels so refreshing. Seeing the white villain in the black space gradually turning into gold, Su Lang couldn't help but curled up his mouth. Immediately Su Lang asked extremely expectantly, the system, at this speed, how long will it take me to break through to the advanced body tempering? Host, you can break through to advanced body tempering in only 4 hours. 4 hours, just one afternoon. Su Lang was overjoyed. When I find the hunting base of the Broken Axe hunting group, I will almost be able to break through. Now that the house was sold, Su Lang had nowhere to go, so he decided to step on it. With an extremely happy mood, Su Lang got on the number 1 Reiki bus to the city gate. Most people who take bus number 1 go hunting outside the city. Only after entering the body tempering realm, did he dare to hunt the F-class fierce beast in the area closest to the barrier. Therefore, most of the cars in this car are in the body tempering state, and Su Lang is inconspicuous in the crowd. After half an hour, the Lingqi bus arrived at the terminal. At this time, the number of people in the car has been reduced by half. It can be seen that even if the body is tempered, not everyone dares to go out hunting. After getting off the car, Su Lang saw an extremely tall barrier. This barrier is so high that it is comparable to the Martial Arts Alliance building, more than 2,000 meters high. Its thickness is also very amazing, exactly like a thick mountain range lying on the ground. In addition, a large number of arrays are carved on the barriers. These arrays are not only defensive, but also offensive, which are very powerful. However, from the degree of defense of this barrier, we can infer how powerful the fierce beast outside is. Following the group of people out of the city, Su Lang came to a hall. This hall is also affiliated to the Martial Artist Alliance and is called the Tower Hall. The Hall of the Tower has functions such as selling map information, recovering beast materials, natural treasures, selling medicines, weapons, and armors. In addition, the street outside the Tower Hall is full of private stalls selling all kinds of goods. Su Lang came to be interested, and walked around the street to look around. Maps are sold, maps are sold. A middle-aged man with a junior body tempering shouted to Su Lang. The latest version of the map was updated only the day before yesterday. The young man will have one. Then have a copy. Su Lang was in need of a map, otherwise he would be blind when he left the city. Hee hee, Chengui 1 gold coin. The middle-aged man handed over a map, his face was full of laughter. 1 gold coin. Are you stupid? Su Lang shook his head speechlessly. 1 silver coin, whether you like to sell it or not, there are many people who don't sell it. With that said, he was going to the next stall. Oh little brother, don't go. The middle-aged man smiled stiffly. 2 silver coins, the lowest. 2 silver coins are fine. Su Lang stopped and threw 2 silver coins, but I have to ask about one thing. You said, I will tell you what I know. The middle-aged man smiled and handed the map to Su Lang. Su Lang took the map. I ask you, do you know the stronghold of the Broken Axe Hunting Group in the F-Class Wind Wolf area? The stronghold of the Broken Axe Hunting Group. I must know that. The middle-aged man's complexion changed. You guys are here for the first time. Okay. Su Lang nodded happily. Tell me about this stronghold.